What if I told you that something is calling to us from the edge of everything we know? A signal, a whisper, a pattern emerging from the oldest light in existence. Scientists don't want to call it a message. Not yet, but they can't explain it either. And the more we listen, the stranger it becomes. Before we journey to the edge of reality itself, if you're fascinated by the mysteries hiding in the cosmos, hit that like button. Share this with someone who looks up at the night sky and wonders what's looking back. And subscribe to BrightBoundX, because we're diving deeper into the universe's greatest secrets, one mystery at a time. Now, let's venture where few dare to look, to the boundary of space and time, to the edge of the universe. The universe has a horizon, not the kind you see when you stand on a beach watching the sun dip below the curve of Earth. This horizon is made of light itself. It's called the cosmic microwave background, and it's the afterglow of the Big Bang, stretched and cooled across 13.8 billion years of expansion. It surrounds us completely, a sphere of ancient light marking the furthest thing we can ever see. Beyond it, there is no beyond. At least, that's what we thought. But in recent years, astronomers detected something unexpected rippling through that ancient light. Anomalies, patterns that shouldn't exist, cold spots where the universe appears slightly different. And then, something even stranger, a directional flow, as if the entire observable universe is being pulled towards something we cannot see. They call it dark flow, a cosmic current tugging at galaxy clusters, dragging them in one direction across hundreds of millions of light years. Told what? No one knows, but it's out there, waiting, pulling, going. The measurements were checked, then checked again. Instruments were recalibrated. Different teams, different telescopes, different continents. The signal remained subtle, persistent, real. Something exists beyond the edge of what we can observe. Something massive enough to influence everything within our cosmic horizon. And if we're being pulled toward, then perhaps, in some distant future, you'll finally see what's been calling to us all along. But dark flow wasn't the only whisper from the edge. In 2007, astronomers analyzing data from the Wilkinson Microwave Anisotropy probe discovered something that defied explanation. A vast cold spot in the cosmic microwave background, a region of space nearly a billion light years across, where the temperature of the ancient light was slightly, measurably colder than it should be. They named it the CMB Cold Spot, and at first, they thought it was a statistical fluke, an error, a ghost in the machine. Except it wasn't it. Every new observation confirmed it. The cold spot is real, and it's enormous, large enough to challenge our understanding of cosmic structure formation. Some scientists proposed it might be a supervoid, a region of space with fewer galaxies, creating a gravitational void that cools the light passing through it. But the numbers don't quite work. The void would need to be impossibly large, impossibly empty, and even then, the effect wouldn't be strong enough to explain what we see. Others suggested something more exotic. What if the cold spot is a bruise? A scar left by our universe colliding with another universe in the infinite multiverse. A place where the membrane of our reality brushed against another, leaving behind the temperature imprint in the oldest light we can detect. It sounds like science fiction, but the math allows it. The theory is permitted, and the observation remains unexplained and haunting. Or perhaps it's something else entirely. A window, a thin place in the fabric of spacetime, where the laws of physics operate differently. Where something from outside our universe pressed close enough to leave a mark. We stand at the edge of knowledge here, peering into a mystery that may reshape everything we think we know about existence itself. The universe is trying to tell us something. We just haven't learned its language yet. Then came the signals that truly made scientists pause. Fast radio bursts, millisecond-long explosions of radio energy from deep space. Each one releases as much energy in a thousandth of a second as the sun produces in an entire day. They arrive without warning. Some repeat, most don't, and they come from billions of light years away. near the very edge of the observable universe. The first was discovered by accident in 2007, buried in archival data from 2001. Since then, we've detected hundreds. Their origins remain one of astronomy's deepest puzzles. Neutron stars, magnetars, black holes, each explanation creates new questions. But in 2021, astronomers detected something that changed everything. A fast radio burst with a pattern, a structure, a rhythm. FRB 221102 arrived from a galaxy 2 billion light-years distant. But unlike others, this burst repeated with precision. 35 cycles detected, each separated by approximately 216.8 days. A clock ticking across the cosmos. Natural phenomena don't usually keep time like this. Pulsars do, but on millisecond or second timescales. Not across months, not with this kind of regularity. The scientific community split into camps. Some argue for exotic astrophysical explanations involving binary systems or orbital mechanics. Others whispered the question everyone was thinking, but few dared to speak aloud. What if it's artificial? What if something out there is broadcasting, sending pulses into the void, hoping someone, somewhere, will hear? We listen to the darkness, and sometimes the darkness pulses back with mathematical precision. Is it trying to get our attention? Or are we simply imposing patterns on chaos, desperate to find meaning in the static of an indifferent universe? The edge of the universe holds more than signals and anomalies. It holds a mirror. When we look toward the cosmic horizon, we're not looking outward. We're looking backward, into time itself. Every photon that reaches our telescopes has been traveling for billions of years. The most distant galaxies we observe appear as they were when the universe was young, barely formed, still glowing with the fierce blue light of newborn stars. But here's the vertigo-inducing truth. Those galaxies are no longer there, at least not as we see them. In the billions of years it took their light to reach us, they've moved, evolved, perhaps died. The expansion of space itself has carried them beyond our cosmic horizon. We can see their past, but their present is forever hidden from us. They exist in a region of space that is now, and will always be, causally disconnected from Earth. No signal from there can ever reach us. No light will ever cross that divide. We are surrounded by ghosts, images of objects that may no longer exist. And every second, more of the universe slips beyond this horizon. Galaxies we can see today will fade from view, not because they're dying, but because the space between us is expanding faster than light can cross it. In trillions of years, future civilizations born in our galaxy will look up at a sky containing nothing but the Milky Way and its nearest neighbors. They will have no evidence that a larger universe ever existed. All the galaxies, all the cosmic structure, all the proof of the Big Bang, invisible, forever. We exist in a privileged moment of cosmic history, a brief window where the universe is still visible, still knowable. And from this vantage point, perched on our tiny world, we've detected whispers from the edge, anomalies, patterns, hints that something vast and strange exists in the regions we can barely observe. What will we miss when those regions slip forever beyond sight? What messages will vanish, unread, into the expanding void? Some researchers have proposed something that sounds impossible. What if we could send a message to the edge, not with radio waves or light, which would take billions of years and arrive after their destination to have crossed the horizon, but with gravitational waves, ripples in spacetime itself that travel at light speed would interact with matter differently. Gravitationally lensed, focused, aimed. The technology doesn't exist yet. It may never exist. But the physics allows us to emerging black holes produce gravitational waves detectable across a billion light years. If we could create or modulate such waves, we could theoretically encode information, send it rippling through the fabric of reality itself. A message in the medium of space-time. Would anyone receive it? Could they decode it? We don't know. But the universe has been sending us gravitational wave signals for as long as massive objects have been colliding. and we only learned to hear them in 2015. What if someone out there learned to hear them billions of years ago? What if the anomalies we detect at the cosmic edge hold mysteries of nature, but messages we lack the sophistication to understand? The fast radio bursts with their peculiar patterns, the dark flow pulling everything in one direction, the cold spot marking a place where something unknown touched our universe. What if they're all connected? Parts of a larger communication we're only beginning to perceive. We're like children who've just learned that the strange markings on paper are actually letters. That letters form words. That words carry meaning. We can see the markings. We know they're significant, but we don't yet understand the language. The universe may be literate in ways we can barely imagine, and we're still learning a cosmic alphabet, one mysterious signal at a time. There's a philosophical way to all this that's hard to escape. The edge of the universe isn't just a physical boundary, it's an epistemological one, a limit to what we can ever know. And that limit is shrinking. Every moment, more information slips beyond the horizon. More potential knowledge becomes forever inaccessible. We exist in an information-rich era of cosmic history, but that era is ending. Slowly, inexorably, the universe is becoming unknowable. This changes how we think about our place in existence. We're not just small in space, we're small in time, brief witnesses to a universe in transition. The signals we detect from the edge may be the last communications from regions of space that will soon be lost to us forever. Future generations won't be able to verify our observations. They'll have to trust that we recorded them accurately, that we interpreted them honestly. Our telescopes aren't just instruments of discovery. They're archives, libraries preserving knowledge that will eventually be impossible to obtain. And if there are civilizations out there, beyond our horizon or approaching it, they face the same predicament. They too are watching their universe shrink, seeing galaxies fade into unreachable darkness. Perhaps they're also detecting anomalies, also wondering if someone is trying to communicate before the opportunity closes forever. The cosmic horizon isn't just a boundary in space, it's a deadline, a ticking clock on cosmic communication. What do you say when you know you might never be heard again? What message do you send into the expanding dark? Maybe that's what we're detecting. Final transmissions from distant civilizations. Last attempts to say we were here. We existed, we mattered, before the universe's expansion erases all evidence of their existence. Or maybe the universe itself is trying to communicate something essential before the knowledge becomes forever lost. A warning, an invitation, a truth we need to understand before the window closes. So what do we do with these whispers from the edge? How do we respond to signals we barely understand coming from places we can barely observe? The answer, perhaps, is to keep listening, keep looking, keep pushing our technology and their understanding further. Because every mystery we solve reveals deeper mysteries beneath. Every answer generates new questions. The dark flow continues. The cold spot remains. The fast radio bursts keep arriving, some with patterns, some without. We build better telescopes, more sensitive instruments. We develop new theories and test them against the data. And slowly, incrementally, we expand the sphere of human knowledge outward toward that cosmic horizon, knowing we'll never reach it, but refusing to stop trying. Because that's what we are. We're the universe trying to understand itself. Atoms arranged in such a way that they can look back at their own origin and ask why. And from 13.8 billion years away, from the very edge of everything we can observe, something is calling to us. Whether it's a message or just the strange music of physics operating at cosmic scales, we don't yet know. But we're listening now. We're paying attention. And perhaps that's enough. Perhaps the simple act of looking up, of pointing our instruments toward the darkness and asking what's out there, is itself a form of answer, a declaration that we exist, that we care, that we want to know. What do you think is calling from the edge of the universe? Is it the natural symphony of cosmic forces, or something trying to reach us before time runs out? The universe is vast, ancient, strange beyond imagining, and somewhere at its edge, Something is happening that we've only begun to notice. Keep looking up, keep wondering, because the greatest discoveries often come from the questions we're brave enough to ask. And the universe, in its mysterious way, always answers those who dare to listen.